So, auch was man nochmal hinzufügen muss. Wie viel Pause haben wir denn ungefähr gerade gemacht?
Well, I try to keep it somewhat intense, especially, you have to look at the sport you play. If, like me, there's a lot of start and stop, so it's just a quick burst of 100% all out, then you stop for a little while. So I try to take about a minute in between each set. But then again, you have to look at the athlete. So it could be between 1 and 2 minutes between each set, depending on how the athlete is handling the exercises.
Alles klar.
All right, so what we have now here is just single leg squats. Okay? And so I'm going to use a bench for this. And again, everything that we're doing or that we've done has been focusing on what's called your posterior chain. So that's your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back. And unfortunately, with a lot of athletes, this is a part of the body that's just ignored. If you look at soccer players, you look at their legs, their quads are just huge. Their quads are in such good shape, but you look at a lot of the injuries that happen in soccer, a lot of times it's a pulled hamstring. And a lot of times that happens because the quad is so overly developed, and the hamstring, your posterior, it's not balanced out, right? So you're quad dominant. So we're working on the posterior. And the good exercise for that is a single leg squat. So I'm going to set up on the bench. I'm going to put my off foot back on the bench. Here I've got my foot in front of my body because when I go down, I want my knee to be straight in line. Straight in line. I don't want my knee to be too far over my foot or too far back. It should be pretty straight. So we're going to go down to about right there. And I'm going to do it without weight first, just like so. We're pushing off of this foot, right? Really feeling it in the back of our leg. Okay? So now when you get the hang of that, we add weight, of course. So you're going to stay pretty light with this because it is really hard to balance with this exercise. Okay? So I'm going to set up on my bench, make sure my foot is out. And still, everything's the same. Down, exploding up. Okay? If you want to be fast, you've got to move the weight fast.
Das heißt also, wir wollen auch hier wieder die Bewegung sehr explosiv ausführen. Und was er erwähnt hat, war ein sehr, sehr wichtiger Punkt. Viele Fußballspieler vor allem, die haben eine Disbalance zwischen dem Quadrizeps, also dem Beinstrecker. Das heißt also, die vordere Ansicht des Beins und eben der hinteren Ansicht. Und wir machen jetzt hier sehr viel für den Beinbizeps, also den Beinbeuger, den Gluteus und den unteren Rücken, um einfach das wieder auszubalancieren. Denn sehr viele Fußballspieler verletzen sich, bekommen einen Beinbizepsriss. Und das einfach deswegen, weil der Quadrizeps so dominant wird, dass der Beinbizeps sich verkürzt und dann eben immer anfälliger wird, um sich zu verletzen. So entstehen dann Verletzungen. Deswegen sind diese Übungen extrem wichtig, um beispielsweise auch im Fußball Verletzungen vorzubeugen und natürlich auch effektiver zu werden als Athlet, denn ein balancierter Athlet, ja, ist natürlich immer auch ein stärkerer Athlet als jemand, der einseitig trainiert ist.
Yeah, so now I'm going to show you another variation of this exercise, and now we're really going to incorporate some power and explosion. Okay, so now we're going to add a jump at the top of this exercise. It's important to note that it's not a high jump. Your foot isn't going to come too high off the ground. You want it to come off the ground just a little bit because you've got to be able to control yourself when you hit the ground again. Okay? So I'm going to go down, right, and I'm going to explode up.
Das ist hier nur ein kurzer Sprung.
Just a nice short jump. Okay? Take your time to reset in between each rep. Okay? And I would recommend doing somewhere between 3 and 5 of these because they're pretty taxing on your legs. And if you get too tired, you get bad form. And again, with this, your knee is involved a lot, okay? And a lot of times I see athletes, they get tired, their knee caves in a little bit, or their form is just way off, and it's dangerous. It's really dangerous.
Okay, also hier auch wieder 3 bis 5 Wiederholungen. Macht euch hier nicht zu kaputt. Die Form ist oberste Priorität, das heißt also die Übung sauber durchführen. Circa 2 Sätze und gleich kommen wir mit der nächsten Übung wieder.